Welcome back to our starter kit for Brizy Cloud. I am JP, your friendly host, and we are running to video 42 in the starter kit series, which gives you an in-depth overview of what you can expect when you want to try out Brizy. You've got nothing to lose. Go watch the videos at the very beginning. Cloud gives you a free option, and everything I've done up to now is free. And even this page that you see here, created with links, that's available for anyone to access, and you can share it and you can have interaction with your audience for free. Go and try it. You have nothing to lose except a little bit of time. And as long as you watch the videos, you won't lose any frustration. Let's talk about fonts. Now, fonts is much like personality. Some people want to use specific fonts, others really don't care. And you're going to run into the situation where you want to use a font that's not available here. If you're totally new to website making, you may not even understand where these fonts come from. So let's talk quickly about that. I'll select this one up here, the text element, and then click on the T in the options toolbar. On the left, I grab this little handle. You will see we have all these fonts that we can work with. And they are pretty good. A lot of these are standards. For example, Montserrat, very standard, notice serif. We have Josephine, I like that one. And Lato, Overpass, all of these are standard, good to use and recommended fonts for website display. You shouldn't just go for the crazy ones. You should try and choose ones that are easy for people to read on all kinds of devices. But in the event where you want to bring in a font or you want something different, you just don't find the font that suits you here, you can do that by bringing in a Google font, and we'll talk about that now. Click here on Add New Font, and you will be greeted with this splash screen that's going to give you new fonts. And if you click here on Fonts, you will see this is where you can manage the fonts on your page. If there is a font here or you want to do some management here, like this Caution script, which you don't use, you can delete it over here. It's removed. And actually, I highly recommend the fonts that you don't use. Go in here, clear them out, get rid of them. You see this one with the green box? That shows you that this is the default font. If you bring something in new, you can set the default font over here. In this case, let's say I want to put it on Arvo. I can simply select Arvo, and now it will become the default font. But let's talk about how do I bring in a different font. You can bring in a custom font, something you can upload and use if you have the Pro version. If not, then you use Google Fonts. And Google Fonts are free fonts, and there are thousands that you can use. Go to your browser and type in fonts.google.com. This takes you to Google Fonts, where you can go around and look at all the various fonts they have here. So let's have a look. And we just choose something very quickly. So let's not get lost in this. Start Liches. And then we go back, click on Google Fonts, type in there Start, and there you see. It will give you all the options. Start Liches, and then click Continue. Brizy is going to think a little bit as it communicates with Google Fonts and say, can you please give me access to this font? And done. Voila. It is in there now. Select again the text, go to T for typography, and that one that you have brought in will appear here at the top. Select it and look how quickly that changes. And that's how you bring in Google Fonts. Go to fonts.google.com, have a look around there, but don't go crazy. Most of the fonts here are the fonts that you'll be sticking with. And before you just go for any kind of font, do a little bit research online as to recommendations to what kind of fonts you should be using on your website.